Una docena de tamales, por favor.
Una docena de tamales, por favor.
Pronunciation rating, 2 out of 5.
Una docena de tamales, por favor.
Una docena de tamales, por favor.
Pronunciation rating, 1 out of 5.
Una docena de tamales, por favor.
Una docena de tamales, por favor.
Please try French.
Lunch with the mayor, I'll meet you there. Lunch with the mayor. Lunch with the mayor. I'm talking about John Giles.
This episode of Lunch with the Mayor is brought to you by Salt River Project and Udall Shumway, counselors at law.
Everyone loves tamales. In fact, I'll bet you $100 you can't name someone who doesn't like tamales. Go ahead. Give me a call at 1-800-I-HATE-TAMALES. I'll wait.
나 때문에. 이게 다 나 때문에.
You received 0 calls. It appears no one hates tamales.
Dang it, did I leave my mic on? See what I mean? How can you hate a tamale? And that's why 30,000 people show up every year for the Somerton Tamale Festival. Little Somerton, just south of Yuma. And if you thought Mexico was the only thing south of Yuma, turns out there's just enough room for a town there. And what a town.
A very vibrant community, small, rural, everybody knows each other, very family oriented.
And it's not only Mayor Anaya that feels that way.
Somerton has a special place in my heart, but also in a lot of people because it is the best little city in Arizona.
I gotta agree with you. And here's a fun fact about this little corner of the country.
We feed America during the winter.
Between November and April, 90% of America's leafy greens, broccoli, and cauliflower come from right here. And that little town below Yuma might also have the best tamale festival in the Southwest.
Phoenix Magazine rated it one of the 52 things to do in Arizona.
I would put it on a much shorter list.
Okay, great. Tell the editors.
All right. At this point, you've probably noticed that this guy keeps trying to steal the scene. Let's just give him his moment. Okay, you happy now? Dumb question. Of course he's happy. Luis and Mayor Anaya are just two of the festival's founders.
It was a group of us, actually 7 roommates who went to Arizona State.
In addition to this gang of 7 from Somerton was Gerardo's wife.
I went to ASU, my roommates, everyone married each other. We all left and we all came back.
They started families and all remained friends. Then one summer, they took a trip together.
On the way back, we were talking about, let's make something big.
We wanted to start a scholarship.
A scholarship to help local kids get started at college. These friends knew firsthand how expensive that could be.
There's a couple of recipients over the years that they've had multiple family members in college at the same time. You think about the impact.
Luis remembers how it was for his parents and virtually all his friends' parents.
The majority of our families, they came to this country, immigrated, and they started working in the farms. Individuals that wake up at sunrise and get home actually at sunset. That is hard work.
Like all immigrants, they came to give their children a better life, more opportunity. Their sunrise to sunset days sent a very clear message.
My parents never said, you're going to go to Arizona State University by the age of when you're 18, but that work ethic translated into I needed to do better.
And now that they had earned their degrees, part of needing to do better meant helping the next generation find their way to college. They had found their purpose, but deciding how they would raise scholarship money was going to take a lot of deliberation.
I think it was in July or August, we should do a tamale festival. And we're like, okay, let's do it.
It kind of makes sense that they figured it out so quickly, because there was one thing that many families in Somerton had in common.
My dad used to work in the fields, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom. She would sell tamales to help out the family, and that was the source of income.
Tamales had already helped get Gerardo, Gladys, and Luis off to college, so why couldn't they just do that on a bigger scale? They pulled off their first festival in 2008, but not without a few hitches.
I remember renting the generator and I didn't have enough juice for the band.
I was very pregnant with my first child. I had him on Tuesday, got out of the hospital Thursday, and the first Tamale Festival was that Saturday. My sister was over here manning the booth. Halfway through the day, she's like, hey, we're sold out. We have no more tamales. And I'm like, heavily medicated. I had a C-section, so I couldn't feel anything. I was like in a good mood. I'm like, woo, this is fun. And so I have my son on the counter in his little rocker bouncy thing, and I'm over there making tamales.
If you hadn't noticed, Gladys is an excellent hand talker. Just in case you want to use some of her hand signals, let's slow it down and review. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, sold out, heavily medicated, C-section, feeling good, little bouncy rocker thing, making tamales. One note, Gladys's hand signals don't work in every situation. Do you have any... I'm sorry, do you have any... Despite the steep learning curve, they got the festival figured out. Since then, they've raised a tidy little sum.
It's about $500,000.
Somerton tamales are not only tasty, they're making a big difference. Just ask Andy Gandara.
Getting education helped change my life, my family's life.
And Andy wasn't about to let his time at ASU be the end of the story.
I was kind of thinking of how to give back in ways I knew how, and I was a computer science major at the time. Mobile app development was an interest of mine, so I remember I reached out to Luis and asked if I could build an app for the festival, and built it that year, been improving it ever since.
So when you're finding your way around the festival, that's Handy Andy's handiwork in your hand. If you want to know what's happening on the main stage, Andy app it. Want to know who's performing on the cultural stage? Andy app it. But the most important thing to Andy app is who's selling what kind of tamales where. Believe me, there are no bad choices. And I would know, because yours truly got to be one of the tamale contest judges in the back room of the celebrated El Dragon de Oro restaurant. I know, my Spanish is no bueno. I mean, in the back room of the Golden Dragon restaurant. I was honored to have my taste buds in the same room as these other taste buds. Among them, Congresswoman Adelita Grijalva and Senator Ruben Gallego. We were given a little guidance, the tamales were prepared for tasting, and then we were off. We started with the classics, beef, pork, and chicken. And then a few sweet surprises.
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
Yeah.
Apple.
Okay.
Pineapple. The hardest part about being a judge is limiting yourself to a single taste.
Everyone else is taking one piece, I'm sneaking two.
I started to wonder, is there even such a thing as a bad tamale?
That's the best thing I've had so far. That's a surprise. That stood out, no question. That one hit.
The judges all took their jobs pretty seriously. Finally, the votes were taken and the winners announced. Nancy won the best sweet tamale, Myra the most unique, and Marta the best beef tamale. To be fair to the other contestants, everyone's got their own idea of what makes the perfect tamale.
Can you tell the difference between a tamale made in your house and a tamale made somewhere else?
Oh, for sure.
How is yours different?
There's a special little extra ingredient that my mother-in-law likes to put in it to mix it up, and it just comes out so smooth and good.
Do you put an olive in?
Yes, I do put olives, and I like it without the pit, right?
Right. Does it include potatoes?
Yes, it does.
All right.
And then with
Classy.
jalapeno, and that's it.
Oh, you put jalapeno in.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Gladys Classic. But there are as many tamale styles as there are tamale makers.
If you've had one, you've only had that one.
Yeah.
Because every family makes them, there's a special chili sauce to it, or there is a special, addition that they add to it.
People have had a lot of time to experiment with tamales. They've been around for thousands of years in Mesoamerica. Long before Columbus was even in his, people were about. One last detail about this festival. Future college students aren't the only ones being helped.
We don't charge schools to have a booth.
Oh, okay.
So there are clubs and high school organizations. They have exclusive rights to sell desserts.
That's a sweet deal. Okay, so we all agree tamales are great, but it's just one item on an all-star Mexican menu. I mean, I'd happily go to an enchilada festival. Same for burritos, pozoles, sopapillas, tacos. Oh man, hold on.
Hi, I need a beef taco and a bean and cheese burrito, please.
Because think about it, of all the mouth-watering items on a Mexican menu, how did tamales become the one item that would send kids to college? I was determined to find out. It just seems there's something special about tamales. To me, it seems like when you talk about tamales, there's like an emotional reaction. Is there something special about tamales?
Part of it's about the food, and the second, you know, I think the bigger part of it is like family and community, and the holidays.
There you go. Holidays, because they're so labor intensive. Once a year is plenty for tamales.
The food itself is a long process.
Nobody whips up 1 or 2 tamales.
Oh no.
And family, because it sure helps to have one when you're making tamales.
We get together at my house like 1 to 2 days before Christmas.
Everyone would get together, you know, cousins, my sisters would come as well. They already have their own families, but everyone would come make the dough, right?
Oh yeah, the masa?
Yeah, the masa, you know, get a little bit of shoulder work in.
What happens next would make Henry Ford proud, or green with envy. This is called a tamalada, a family and friends tamale assembly line. Genesis learned everything she knows about tamales from her in-laws, Jorge and Maricela.
Hago primero una bolita.
So he's first starting with doing a little round ball.
En la hoja de tamal.
He puts it down.
Y la extiendo.
Some families do spoons, right?
Yeah, that's the little spatula to smear, but he has the tricks in his hands.
Time to see if my hands could learn Jorge's tricks. Kind of like you're doing a hamburger patty or something like that, okay?
Spread it
Start
out.
doing that, okay. His is obviously better than mine, but...
You're getting there.
Okay. What I love about this is your fingerprints are on that tamale, right?
It's like, I made this.
Oh, great. If someone eats my tamale and dies, they'll be able to trace it back to me. All right, this is Jorge's tamale. This is the expert. All right.
Del experto.
This is Gringo Mayor's.
Más bonito.
All right.
He said it's more nicer.
Oh, all right, well. Having become a black belt in masa smearing, Maricela began teaching me the ways of filling and folding.
We had the cheese and then the filling.
It's not hard, right? I mean, not even I can get this wrong. We'll go with the cheese.
Yes.
Right?
Try to put it in the middle.
Maybe I can. Try to put it in the middle.
Yeah, in the middle. There we go.
But after that, I was off to the races. Cheese in the middle, not too much filling. The folding was giving me young father vibes. If you've done diapers, I think you can do this, right? Maricela, is that okay? Good. I thought I was hot stuff until the children showed me up. Final step, dropping them into a tamalera. They should be close, but not too close. When the pot is full, you surround the tamales with more corn husks, then put them on the fire. Of course, more than tamales are being made here. It's memories, too. The kind that make a deep impact. Just ask Aaron Valenzuela. But you played a role as a young person in the making of the tamales?
Yeah, I would smear it onto the leaf.
You were the smearer.
Yeah.
Growing up in a tamalada assembly line can shape your future. What degree did you get at ASU?
Supply chain management.
So as you can see, families make tamales, and tamales make the family. And when there's a tamalada in every home, the tamale makes the community too. It was an honor to walk the rows of tamale booths, to feel the energy and goodness there. And it was a privilege to talk with the tamale makers, the festival founders, and the young people whose lives have been changed by the festival. But when the sun goes down, that's when something even better happens. That's when the farm workers arrive. It's their turn to dance and sing and celebrate like there's no tomorrow. And yet, tomorrow they'll get up and do it all again, all for the hope that their children will have it even better than they do. Thanks to the Somerton Tamale Festival, they probably will. I'll see you next year in Somerton, my friends.
Lunch with the mayor, I'll meet you there. Lunch with the mayor. Lunch with the mayor. I'm talking about John Giles.
Hey, look at me. Am I in the shot? Can you see me? Can you see me? Am I in the shot?